the garage, Discovery out of the garage, can start rearranging stuff, hence all this, and turn you. I've hoovered that off, I've cleared the bonnet. I'm going to hoover the bonnet in a minute, under the bonnet, the engine bay. Can start that and move it forward and start getting work on that, can't we? Do you reckon it'll start? I bet it will. I need to connect the battery up and get the key. I haven't got the key. First things first, what's the battery voltage? It's a good question, isn't it? Because it hasn't been charged up for 6 months. And it hasn't been started for 6 months. So, any guesses? Do them the right way around. 12.44. Might start. Should we give it a go? Let's give it a go. Just connected the battery up. Fog lights shouldn't be on. They should not be on because there's no lights on. Let's see if it'll start. Got headlights. We've got headlights, so let's see if I can turn them off. Dirty switch. Yeah, I'll have to investigate that. I don't know why they're on. Let's move some stuff. Move it forward a bit. Start, didn't I? It's got a noisy flip release bearing. Did you hear it? Don't know what that is though. Yeah, I'll come forward a bit more yet. I'll come forward about another foot, maybe. Disconnect the battery so that don't go flat. There we go. That'll do for now. Yeah, it just means that I can now get to the back of the car and around the back of here better. Right, evening, Monday evening, back from work, 5:25. When I last saw you, I'd swapped them round, started the Range Rover, couple of points, drove the Discovery on Friday night. First drove it, I thought, oh, I've lost a wheel weight, I've got a bit of vibration. Did about 30 mile, 15 miles, stopped, came back. When I got back, the front near side wheel nuts had worked loose, so even though I'd torqued them, a good point to check the torque of your wheel nuts after a few miles, because you're meant to, aren't you? I never usually bother, never had an issue before. Retorqued them down because they were loose, it's fine. Rechecked them again after about 10 miles, fine. So the wheel mustn't have just been seated fully, allowed it to wobble a bit, shook them loose. So anyway, there's that. I've also then replaced the wheel nuts on the driver's side rear because all the others were new. These ones had swollen, so I've done those. So bought some new stainless steel ones off Amazon. Fine. Just bought 5, only needed 4. You couldn't seem to get them in 4. You could get them singly, it was cheaper to buy 5. Right, onto the Range Rover again. On the Range Rover, I'm going to bring it forward a bit more. I'm going to fit the rear anti-roll bar. I've disconnected this side light. I'm going to put my overalls on, get the other side. I could do that because there's no wing here I could get my hand in. So I'm going to get my overalls on, disconnect that front one underneath, bring it forward, move my stuff, bring it forward a bit so that then I can work at the back and get that anti-roll bar fitted because it's on the roof. It'll come more yet. That's probably enough for now though. Now this is the trouble I've got. I can't remember where I've actually put the ball joints and the rubbers. I've got the roll bar outside. I've got the new castellated nuts which didn't come on washers. So I've got those bits. Don't know where I've actually put the ball joints and the blooming rubbers now. Can't find them. Here we go. Found the box. Right, so we've got anti-roll bar rubber, anti-roll bar rubber. We've got a bolt kit for whatever that is. This is Range Rover box. We've got one set of anti-roll bar drop link. We've got another set of anti-roll bar drop link with the rubbers there. So then another set of bolts, another set of bolts, another set of anti-roll bar links. This one for the other one. Anti-roll bar. So then we've got rubbers in here. No. So where's the other set of rubbers? How did I only buy one? That's just the one. Looks like I need another set. Okay. This is the trouble, you forget what you've bought. I should write it down. So yeah, it looks like I've only got one set of rubbers. Okay. For the front ones. Okay, so I don't need that. I don't think. Yep, that's it. Rubber, right, yep, we're ready to go. Copper grease, put my overall back on. We can get it mounted. Right, I think we've pretty much got everything we need. One rubber. 2. Out. One over that side. No, other side, outside of that. There. Go get the clamps. Okay, 2 clamps. One. loosely bolted to the chassis. Got a load of M10 nuts and bolts and washers, the 8.8. Now we can position this, get a nut and a washer, start to get it on. There we go. Now I've still got a problem, so these are the big bolts that go through and link the drop link to the actual anti-roll bar. There's a washer for that end. So in the kit we've got four castellated nuts, eight big washers, two with larger holes, two with smaller holes. The smaller holes won't go over the pin. The big hole won't go over that end, so we're still missing two lots of washers that I'll have to try and find before I can fit these and torque them down properly. And I can put it in, but I can't torque them down, so we're still missing those two washers, which of course I've thrown away, otherwise I could have kept them. Okay, I'll have to have a route and see what I can find, or at least measure, and I can order some big washers, can't I? Well, let's try and get this thing fitted. A washer off the end here. This supplied one, but it don't fit. It's the wrong size. Now, last time I did this job, you just got new ball joints with all the correct washers and the actual bushes. So that's the washer that they've given for here. Don't go on, don't go over. M10, don't go over. M12, too big. So it's typical, isn't it? So for now, we're just going to have to loosely assemble it. So that in there. There should be a washer on this side, you see, and there's a little recess that it fits into. And I suppose I can check the fronts, but I'm pretty sure that there should be a washer. And then we want the bushes, one from that side tapered, one from this side tapered, and then we want that through from this side. And again, like I said, there should be a washer here. Where's my other washer? Big washer, small washer, nut. Again, we're just doing this loosely for now. Which one goes on? You see, they've provided two. The small one don't go on. The big one ain't big enough. So we'll hook that up just because it makes it easier. For now, big washer, which is too big, nut on the end. I think it should be the smaller one. It could be the bolt's not correct or that's not correct, but now I've done that, I can start to get these in line maybe, because they wouldn't before. There we are, that's it. Right, I can get a washer on there, and a nut on, and again I'm not going to do anything tight, it's just loose until I get the correct parts. Typical thing with this lot, that's what happens in it, everything's not correct. Then the front one, There's Merlin. Hello. You want your tea? Yeah. I got them this side. Nearly. Won't be long. That side don't want to go on. That's started. Now this one. Hello. Where are you? Let's nip them down. So at least it's on. Right, this side. Same here. I don't know what you can see and what you can't. I just need to find the correct washers. Don't even supply it with a split pin. I mean, how ridiculous is that? Yeah, so I just need to go and look in the parts manual, because I bought a parts manual book for the Range Rover rather than keep searching online, because it's an original one. It'll have old-fashioned part numbers, so let's go do some hunting. Better go feed the cat. See you later. Right, it's not as bad as I thought. I've been in and had my tea, pulled out the other ball joint to start measuring. I've looked up part numbers, put them in a basket but not bought them. Lo and behold, I've got the right washers on here, so I've already bought them. I thought I had. So these are the washers for here, for this end. I've got a washer for that end, so all we're missing now is a washer that goes on here, that the castellated nut goes onto, which I think is what those are meant to be, but they don't fit on. Measured that thread, it's like an M12. So if I find an M12 washer, it might work. Just hang on. Yeah, and for some reason in that same kit, you get 4 castellated nuts and 2 split washers. Like, what's the point of 2? I'm like, they don't even go on anyway. They don't even fit, so it's very strange. And that was in the same packet. So this tub of M12. M12 goes on, but a bit too big. Plus I don't think they'd fit in the recess in the axle. So I need to look up what the imperial equivalent is of that size down. So where's my caliper? So if we measure again, you see 11.96. So that is 12. And then what's that? That's 0.466 in inches. Should turn of ½ inch, innit? But I don't know. Back to the drawing board, just need some washers for those now. So morning, Friday morning, it's about 10:30 now I suppose. No, it's not, it's nearly 11 o'clock. Gosh, time gets away with you, doesn't it? I've only just come out into the garage, I've just been putting a few more bits and pieces away, putting the paints away and bits and bobs. Pump the tyres up on the Range Rover. So, this front one goes down. Hang on, this front one goes down, that back one goes down. Driver's side, both okay. These were like at 20 psi, those stayed up. So I can't torque the things down at the back, the anti-roll bar bolts and nuts and bits. I'm not going to start taking the gearbox out or making this adapter plate. I might start making the adapter plate, like cutting it up and marking it out and whatnot for my transmission jack. But I think what I'm going to do, I've bought some new connectors for these door loom where it had all corroded and the terminals and the wires had snapped. So we might see about doing that, but before I do that I want to pull it a bit further forward to here so I can access it better. So I can shove this lot a bit further forward, pull the car a bit further forward, but before I do that, I'll do that today, or I'll have a go at that today. On the Discovery, I had to buy some new bonnet struts, so I'm going to go fit them. You don't need to see me fit them, because the bonnet was going down. You might have noticed in the last video, I had a piece of wood propping the bonnet up. And then also before I actually start on this Range Rover again, I'm going to get the Discovery back in the garage, and I've ordered the transmission oil, the Z-Off HP26 6-speed gearbox oil, new sump pan, new filter, 7 litres of oil, and I'm going to get that changed, and I'm going to drop the mechatronic unit and change the seals on that as well, because it hasn't been done. I've ordered a genuine ZF like aftermarket metal pan with separate filter rather than the Britpart one. I just don't trust the Britpart one. Anyway, right, we'll get these bonnet struts fitted and I'll come back. There we go, so that's those changed dead easy. Just leave the little clips off on the end with a bit of a flat blade screwdriver, prop the bonnet open with a piece of wood, swap them. These are the original ones, they're 20-year-old. I've already replaced the tailgate ones. Replaced the tailgate ones on the Discovery and the Freelander, and now the tailgate ones have gone on the Range Rover as well. So plenty of practice at changing these things, but the scrap. Look, I mean, they're so weak now, which is bizarre because when I bought the Discovery they were okay. So yeah, you can push them with like one finger. They're really, oh, that one's a bit stronger. That one's got stuck. Why's that one got stuck? That's interesting. That one won't move at all now. Anyway, the scrap. In the scrap bin. No point keeping them. Right, next job. Now I've had a look and I've decided not to do it now, but to do it when I take the bulkhead out and I've got the wiring loom out because it'll be easier. So that one I'm going to leave the same. That one I'm going to try and leave the same. Just clean up the connectors because the wires are still connected, they're not corroded off. That's the one that I need to replace, both ends. I've checked the plugs will fit through the hole, and the new plugs will fit through the hole, because all this lot's got to come off and all the wiring leads got to come off, so there's no point. So yeah, not what else I can do right now, really. So as you can see, I've brought the Range Rover forward. Might as well put it back again, really. Just can't do a lot with it. I don't know what that was. Nothing's caught. So what on earth was that? That's very strange. I don't know what that bang was, because it moved as well. I have to investigate. Don't know what it was. While I'm under there, I might as well use this bit of envelope to pick up the 3-bolt pattern to make my mount adapter to take the gearbox and transfer box out. I'll take you under in a minute, I'll show you. It's leaking quite a bit from all over, so I'm going to have to take the gearbox apart and seal it and the transfer box. Well, I'm going over here. So yeah, those 3 bolts there on the bottom of the R380, but you can see how much it's leaking. It's leaking all over. It's probably the output seal on the R380 that's leaking, because that looks like the oil that goes in the R380, and the LT230 is leaking as well. But I do not know what that bang was. The only thing that I can think is that it was the anti-roll bar doing something, because I was in reverse and it was just settling into position because I've not got it down properly. That's the only thing I can think, because it did move on the transmission, not on the transmission, on the chassis. So I bet you that's what it was. I bet it was just the ball joints and everything settling on the axle. There's nothing caught, there's nothing come off, so I don't know. So yeah, it's an M8 bolt pattern. Check that, and there's my bolt pattern on the back of that envelope picked up from the bottom, so I can use that to transfer across. I've probably got a diagram somewhere for it in one of my Land Rover manuals. So just make an adapter plate to bolt onto my thing, LT230, probably take the LT230 off, but we don't want to do lots of waffling, do we? Found what it was that went bang. It was this that I'd got hanging from the front to tell me where to put the blooming Discovery to. It just must have got caught at the back of the Range Rover and snapped it off the thing. It just snapped the cord. Thought it sounded like something had snapped. Oh well, never mind. I can put that back after, just retie it. At least I know what it is now. Okay, lo and behold, I've been in, I've had a bit of lunch. It's only just 1:05. Lois arrived in blooming washers. So I've pushed the Range Rover back, or driven it back, and then pushed it the final bit. I'm going to have to pull it forward again, try these in, and then hopefully if they fit, we can get it all torqued down. 1995 or final model year workshop manual, part 2. This should have the torques in for the axle, rear axle. Here we go. Rear suspension. Rear suspension. Anti-roll bar strap nylock nuts 30 Newton meters. Ball link self lock nut 68. Castellated nut 40. So that's what we need. So at least these do appear to be the right size in that they start to go on. I'm having to file them a little bit in the centre just to get the excess zinc plating off so that they actually sit down properly, because they don't go all the way down on the thread on the ball joint where the castellated nut goes. They do fit in the recess as well, so they are the correct size. Need a little bit more fettling and then I can get 2 on and get them all sorted. The ball joint, the castellated nut, that's 40 Newton meters, and then both sides, and then we've got to put a new split pin in. That's that one. It's not even on yet. So the washers, there we go. So the washers fit in there and go into that little recess that's in there. Right. Then we've got to find the split pin holes and put new split pins in. Right, I've had to take the ball joint out again, turn it round so that the hole is in an orientation where you can actually get the flipping split pin in. So check that if you're doing these before you do them. Show you what I mean. Where's my split pin? I'm stuck. Right, hope you can see. Yeah, you can. So it's here now. So my split pin will actually go in, whereas before it was at 90 degrees to that. So it needs tapping. You're on my hammer, like that, and then I can split it either way. But I'm going to take it out and I'm going to put some grease on it and then we'll split it. Right, just took the nut off. There's the split pin hole. That one's not as bad as this side, because at least you can get it from in here. So I might not have to adjust that one. That's probably okay, because I can get that split pin in. The other side was too bad. It was too far out. Castellated nuts in, split pins in, torque down. Do these ones next. These are 68, I think. Yep, 68 for these ones. 24mm nuts. There we go. $68. Same the other side. Strap nuts are 30. Other side. So there we go, anti-roll bar put back on. I can tidy my tools away, put everything away, push it back. That's job done. So thanks for watching. See you next time.